So in this, we're going to look at the kind of tragic nature you can get out of Phrygian, and I'm going to make these examples sometimes a little bit shorter so we could hone in on specific techniques. In the case of this one, we're going to hone in on two techniques that will actually make Phrygian sound very tragic and just in your face dark. So the example I created is based off of these techniques. I knew it would create a very dark and kind of tragic sound. Phrygian, but we'll note right away that Phrygian doesn't always have to sound tragic and dark. I mean, Phrygian can sound, well, you know, if I just bang on this B minor key, okay, chord, B minor chord. If I just bang on that, and you know, that sounds pretty dark, just very dark. But if we play Phrygian like this doesn't sound nearly as dark. In fact, it doesn't sound dark at all. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it. So we're going to take note that Phrygian's not always used for darkness. It's not always used for exotic. There's two things we're going to concentrate on here. If you take the concept of, let's just use C harmonic minor for a second. The concept, or just minor in general, the concept of the pedal point, okay, which would be a lot of the times these occur on the 5th degree. And tension and release, this is what we're looking at. This is just a 1 chord and a 2 chord, but using suspensions: tension, release, tension, release, tension, release, tension, release, tension, release. Now you stick that over the top, something similar like that. I'm just kind of doing this, making it up as I go, but you stick something similar over the top like that on the 5th degree. More that adds to our perception of the tension. Final release. Okay, so that pedal point plus the tension and release over the chords has that tension release, has a very wanting to really resolve, and it produces a lot of tension. So that's why I call it tension release, because it's producing tension and releasing it until you get to the final release. And then, however, if you pedal point on the root of a key like A major or something and use tension release, it actually doesn't sound that dark. So this tension and release with the pedal point and major key like this sounds just kind of pleasant. Sounds very tame and relaxed, even though I'm using tension and release in the upper parts. I'm not considering those separate chords, okay? We're not going to look at this like everything is separate chords. We're going to use traditional functional thinking. So here's the example. We'll play it first. So I did keep the examples shorter because it could have gone into something like C Lydian, and whatever. We'll discuss that maybe later, maybe not. We're trying to just get a very dark, tragic kind of sound here, and this did that. So so what I did was took the 5th note, that's our lowest note, and it's just kind of tremoloing between that and that open 5th. So that pedal point remaining through the entire thing while you have chords with tension and release, non-chord tones, non-chord tone, there's non-chord tone, non-chord tone. So I'm using a lot of those non-chord tones like that, that's producing the more tension over the pedal point. And then let's just play through the part really slow. There's our tension note. So I'm playing this really slow. Tension, release, tension, tension, release, tension, release, no tension. So tension, release, or the flat 6, I mean, so tension, tension, no tension, tension, release, final release. Now, frankly, when you're playing that pedal point plus the other chords and tension release, you get an enormous amount of tension. So let's play just the upper part. Okay, so it's just a C major 7th chord. But when I'm using all these non-chord tones, it sounds very like this. I'm doing this really slow. So without the pedal point, even by itself, it's very dark. Tension, tension. And now just play the pedal point, tension, release, and then final release. But this is the concept. I'm trying to get out the pedal point and this tension release of basic triads. These two combined in Phrygian or any minor key actually produces a very tragic kind of, and often dark sound. So just simply knowing this will actually help you speed up your process, and that pedal point over the top of all those chords. Let's just play the chords by themselves with just a pedal point as it is. So this does not sound pleasant. It sounds extremely tense. And this is even without the non-harmonic tones because of that pedal point. We could have left this. I could have done something like this. Something kind of mysterious or with Lydian.